Thank you for joining me. So far in our stance basics, we went over new in package, which is just feet underneath us, arms hanging down, standing up nice and tall, looking all saleable, checking our weight distribution so we aren't too far back, we aren't too far forward, we aren't left, we aren't right, we're just hanging out absolutely in the middle, getting used to that feeling of what it's like for our weight to be absolutely even. Next, we challenged ourselves by going Taoist awaits the dawn. Taoist awaits the dawn. We are going to very precisely start aligning our feet. So our toes are going to be pointed straight ahead, or that line in between our big toe and our other toes, that's going to be absolutely straight ahead. The width of our stance is going to be set based on our own anatomy to the length of our shin, or the top of our knee to the ground. From there, we are also going to make sure that we are floating up on our precise center line, that is dividing ourselves front and back, left and right, and getting an absolute center line right through the center of our being. And we're going to start aligning that so that that line goes up and everything else hangs off of that point. Just letting everything else hang down. Arms at our sides, middle fingers along the seams of our pants, hanging out here and breathing in Taoist awaits the dawn. Now we're going to start challenging our balance a little bit and going to what I think of as Tai Chi's version of attention. This is where most of your forms are going to start and end. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to bring our heels together. Go back a little bit here. So we're going to bring our heels together, and then what we're going to do is we're going to rotate our feet in until our ankles are touching. And this is going to leave our feet with still a little bit of splay. They're not cranked together, so I'm not like pinching in here. My femurs, the long bones in my legs, are slightly rotated out, and I'm just nice and naturally relaxed. Other than that foot position, everything is the same as in Taoist awaits the dawn. So my shoulders are back, my arms are hanging loose at my sides, my fingertips, my middle fingertips are pointed along my inseams. I am tall through the top of my head. Everything else is hanging off of that point. But by shrinking down my base, I'm really starting to challenge my balance. So for this, I need to really refine my sense of center. And the way I do that is by constantly checking my feet. Is my weight in the middle? Basically, is my weight right there? Right in between my feet, in that little gap there. So if I lean a little bit to the right, then that balance point goes right into my right foot. If I am slightly too far to the left, basically all of my weight is on my left. If I am too far forward, my heels are going to start to raise up off the ground. And if I'm too far back, the balls of my feet are going to start to raise up off the ground. So by doing this stance here, we are very precisely aligning and challenging ourselves to be able to balance. I recommend pick a point on whatever wall or surface is in front of you. Look at that point, keep focused on that point as tightly as you possibly can. This will really help you in keeping your balance. I do not recommend you start closing your eyes, as that's going to start throwing your balance off pretty quick and you're going to have to start doing some major corrections. So by picking a point and focusing on it, we can really start to refine that sense of balance. Once we get comfortable here, sure, close your eyes. Challenge yourself in that way as well, but that is not the beginner practice. So far, our beginner practice is new in package, Taoist awaits the dawn, and standing at attention, the relaxed Tai Chi way. practice those. I know it seems painfully simple and stupid, but if you can get to the point where you can spend, 3 to 5 minutes in each one of those poses, not necessarily all on the same day, rotate through them, you are going to start to refine your sense of balance. And most importantly, we are going to start taking a little bit of time to reacquaint ourselves with how our mind inhabits our own body. And that's the real challenge and the real skill in these things, and the thing that constantly develops as you develop along the Tai Chi, internal martial arts, Qigong, spiritual, Taoist path that you happen to be on. It's really about taking the time to see how you inhabit your own skin and allowing that to refine itself and change itself and get more in touch with it. And if nothing else, give you a few minutes of peace and quiet in a day that is otherwise way too insane. So, thank you for joining me. Look forward to seeing you in the next one.